Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Javier Mendez podcast. It's a long time coming. Javier's been traveling the world. Finally, we're in a destination where we can regroup and catch up on what's going on with Team Islam, Habib, Umar, Usman, the whole world. And you're in New Jersey on a nice summer day. Is it hot? Is it humid? What's it like over there?
Today in New Jersey, Brick, New Jersey, it is sunny. Most of the days have been a little chilly, some rainy. Uh, so yeah, today's been a pretty good day.
So how's Islam looking? He's got the big fight coming up. Everybody hasn't, he's been on
He,
a couple of podcasts. Go ahead. Sorry.
he's looking great. He's on point. Obviously he's been training at home with great coaching with Saif Safula, his Olympic Taekwondo coach, and Magomed. Who's the striking coach. The head coach over there with Habib. Habib's the head guy, but Magomed is right there with Habib and running the guys when they're out. So they did a great job with Islam. So I come in and I basically come into a product they already had. And I've had Islam since 2014. So he's learned so much, and he's learning from so many different people that he's like a put and play type guy. Put him in, just let him play. I can never train him and just come in and I can corner him no problem because I know what he could do and he can do everything. So it's kind of a cool thing to have.
Do you think he wants to match, Dustin Poirier on the feet, or do you think he wants to do his own game plan? Not giving anything away. I mean, like, do you think that would be enticing?
We
Right.
divulge the game plan, but he's able to do whatever he wants, so we have many ways of victories with Islam. It's not just this way or that way. It's any way, really. It's just let's see what Dustin gives us. We're gonna take what he gives us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm not mean to divulge the game plan. And of all the podcasts I've done with you, I'm not here to do that. But I was just thinking he could stand with him pretty easily. And,
Yeah, well,
his
he's well
style.
rounded, so yeah, he can do anything. He can do whatever he wants with anybody because he's that good.
And how's he like in New Jersey? I mean, is he just like anxious, ready to go? He wants to get in that ring yesterday.
I don't know. We don't really talk about, how do you feel, this and that. Were you ready to go? It's like, he's just, it's just like work in progress, like always. We're doing everything we need to do as a team to make sure that we give him everything he needs, and come fight time, he'll be ready to go. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, not too much back and forth between him and Dustin. Both respectful
No,
professionals.
I don't think you're gonna get very much from Islam. That's not who he is. That's just not who he is. He's just who he is. Not Habib. Habib is not him. They're both different. They're both great fighters, but they're both different.
So what's the difference in feel? Because you've cornered both of these guys against Dustin Poirier. I mean, now you haven't fought him yet, but past tense with Habib. How does it feel this time with Islam? Now that you've probably because you've seen him in action before, you've game planned against him before. How does it feel going into this fight?
Was he going to fight the way I want him to fight, or was he going to fight what he wanted to fight? Because a lot of the times Habib would go out and do what he wanted to do. He didn't really fight to the strategies that I wanted. He did at times, and he didn't at times. Islam, on the other hand, is always according to what myself and the other coaches wanted him to do. So there's the difference there. Is with Habib, I didn't know what I was going to get. With Islam, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to get exactly what we ask him to do. He's going to do it. He's always done that. Always, always, always.
But nerve wise, it's like you've got a polished, well rounded, ever improving Islam Makhachev. So you're kind of like he just dealt with the stand up machine. Nothing to worry about there, I would say.
Nerve-wise, for me, I don't get nervous anymore at all, hardly ever. So, it is what it is. We prepared properly, and let's see what's going to happen, right? Because we did everything we were supposed to do. So, come fight time, let's see what's on the agenda, what's given, what's not given. But, my nerves, they're almost non-existent.
Yeah, I could see that, Hav. I mean, you've had so many champions, you get used to winning for sure. But what about Umar's got a good fight coming up too? That just got announced recently.
Yeah, with Corey San Haagen, they've been working on that for a while. I've known about it, but couldn't say nothing because until the UFC announces it, there's no fight. And if I would have said something, it would have been like, "Oh, you idiot, coach! What are you doing?" So yeah, I knew that they were working on it, and I know they were going back and forth a little bit, and whether it was going to be in Denver, whether it was going to be in Saudi. I mean, not Saudi, Abu Dhabi. They didn't know where it was going to be. They just knew they were working on Corey and Umar, and I guess the deal is one of these guys is going to get a title shot after, which rightfully so because it's what number 4, number 5. Is Corey number 4 and we're number 5, I believe, in the ranking.
I think so. The
Yeah,
rankings do change. By the time we say this, they could be different on Monday. So
yeah, of
they're
course.
hard.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I expect a real good fight from him, and I expect Young Eagle to do what he always does. Soar above and just he's going to do what he needs to do, and he will get that victory.
Yeah, that'll be exciting to see him in there. There's been an article out because you told me you never asked Habib, and you said I'll let him. I'll respect his space and his decisions. But it seems that Islam said that Habib does crave and miss the Octagon. I mean, I think that's a given. But did you always sense that ever since?
Yeah, of course, that's a given. I mean, I've always known that. I've always known he missed it. We actually discussed that very same thing just the other day. And we were discussing while we were watching the Fury and Usyk fight about the missing that feeling. But he made the right decision for him and his family, and that was it. But that's all we talked about is like you get that feeling. We all get that feeling. We all miss it. That's the toughest thing for fighters to give, is that feeling, that victory feeling, that's that invincibility type scenario. It's such a high. It's hard to explain. Only fighters that experience that know what I'm talking about. Most people do not, and it's not a team sport; it's an individual sport. So as a team, you get a partial team benefit, but as an individual, man, it's all on you. That's why you ever notice when fighters, after they finish their fight, all of a sudden all the injuries come out, they're limping, they can hardly walk, but while the fight's going on, their adrenaline kicks in and they don't feel nothing till after. That's the kind of high I'm talking about. It's like you're so high that you don't feel nothing till after it's over. You come down a little bit, then you go, oh crap, my foot hurts, oh my elbow, and oh my eye, why do I have a headache? Those type of things. So yeah,
How,
that's what happens.
how long did it take for that to wear off for you? I mean, you were winning, and then you're like a coach, and like
Uh,
same journey, kind of similar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same journey, but I wasn't nowhere near. I didn't want to be a fighter per se. I just it was a road to accomplish something in my life. It wasn't. I didn't I didn't aspire to be a world champion. That was never my goal. My goal was just to do something in the physical activity and reach a high level at it, and that was it. It was never, I want to be a kickboxing or boxing world champion or this or that, this and that. If I had to go turn the clock back, I would have been a boxing. I would have went to boxing instead. If Did you watch the Fury Usyk fight?
I rewatched some of it. I saw it when he had him rocked, and it's like he was on rubber legs, leaning against the ropes, bouncing off the ropes all around the thing, and it looked like Usyk really had him hurt. He was dominating in that moment. They could have stopped the fight, but they kept let it go. I
The
mean,
ref, the ref, the ref had a decision there what he wanted to do, and in my opinion, he actually favored Fury by giving him the 10 count because had he not interfered, he could have easily went in and stopped the fight. And no one would have said nothing.
right.
No one would have said nothing because he was not able to defend himself intelligently. So therefore, if the ref would have stopped the fight, which in most cases people are saying he should have stopped the fight, I'm gonna agree. But he decided to do what he did, and it is what it is. I mean, Usyk won no matter what, and in my book, I thought he won. I thought he won by 2 rounds, 2 or 3 rounds. I definitely, after the 11th round, I just said, Dad, the only way possible for Fury to win was by KO. So when it didn't look like that was going to happen, I said, there's no way in hell he won that fight. But that split decision, that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, "What? Wait a minute. Maybe I have to rewatch the fight again because I don't know. Maybe I have to rewatch it. But I thought Usyk definitely won that fight.
Somebody had a tweet out there that said Usyk completed boxing like it was a video game. Like he went through every level. He went to the top of Donkey Kong because he has every belt, every single belt. You know how boxing's always been, oh yeah, but you're not the WBO champ. Oh yeah, but you're not the W whatever champ, as far as
Yeah,
belt.
he did that in the cruiserweight division, right? He cleaned out the whole division.
Yeah, he's got every belt. It's like he completed the mission. Like no one's really ever done that. It's like one thing to be a champ, double belt in UFC, but in boxing, that's like 8 belts you get to chase, or 7, 10 belts, something like
10
that.
belts. I think
Yeah,
it's
10
10.
belts.
10
Yeah.
legit belts. 10 legit belts.
That's insane, man. What did you think about the last fight, the Roan Murphy last night versus Barbosa?
I thought Laron Murphy was extremely durable, agility wise, wrestling wise, game plan wise. I thought he fought fantastic. He was, in my opinion, he did great. He struck with him. He got in good boxing range. He did a lot of damage. Barboza wasn't done. He wasn't going to go down, but it seemed like there was just one shot away from being finished. Every single time you think, oh, one shot away, and yeah, Barboza, he kept coming through. And then I'm wondering why the switch kick came in late, not early in the rounds. He brought it in late, and when he was weak and the spinning and the whole bit. And Laron Murphy was throwing the spinning back kicks. He's throwing them. So I was like, wow, okay. And then what about that heel kick from the bottom when
Yeah,
Barboza hit him?
up
That
kick. Yeah,
that almost took him out.
he
You
looked
know,
like he was out laying on his chest
a
when he
little
fell
bit,
to the. Yeah, he went boom, fell right on his belly.
a little
You
bit,
know,
a little bit, a little bit. That
and
was
then
that
the
was
bell rang, saved by the bell.
in a way, it's but that was a pretty impressive thing by him. The fight itself wasn't super impressive, but Laron Murphy was impressive, I thought.
What do you think about the Sean Strickland fight on the same card as Islam?
I think it's good. I think it's good. I think it's good. Sean Strickland, he's become a name. He's become somebody people want to watch. He's fun to watch. So it's a good semi-main event. Let's see what happens. But it's a good semi-main event.
Yeah, he's become quite the power troll as far as the social media. Certainly gets people's attention by saying controversial stuff, keeps himself relevant, and I'm curious what he looks like against another fighter after so much. His Izzy thing, you kind of get locked into that fight, and you haven't. The other fight was pretty close with the South African gentleman that took his belt, but that could have gone either way. Some people think it was because he was in Canada and the referees didn't like his politics. I'm like, it was that close.
It was a close fight between him and Dricus. It was. I thought Dricus won, but it was a close fight. I wouldn't have said nothing had he won, but I didn't think so. If I was judging, I would have gave it to the champ. That's what I would have done. But his performance could easily, he could have easily have won that fight. And the thing of it is like, because it was a close fight, I don't understand why they wouldn't give him a rematch. But again, that's their job.
Well, Paulo Costa is always a challenge. But then so is Sean Strickland. So do you think that one's kind of hard to call? You don't really lean either way?
That's a tough one to call, to be honest with you. I don't really know. It's a good fight. It could be a very explosive, fun fight, or it could be very boring. But I'm thinking it's going to be a fun fight. That's what I'm thinking.
Did you catch Doumbé's performance over in Bellator in France?
No, I saw it on Instagram. I saw what he did, and I mean he's making some big waves. He trained with us for about 2 camps.
Oh,
he
yeah?
wasn't fighting though. He wasn't fighting. He was learning, and I remember we were talking about him. This guy would be to deal with it because he was he's not so tall. He had good balance, and not going to be so easy to grapple with once he understood more about the MMA realm of things. So look at where he's at now, and obviously they're giving him good matchups, and but the guy is an entertainer, and I'm pulling for him all the time. I'm rooting for him.
Now, do you still have fighters over in Dubai that are still performing in Dubai right now?
No, not at the present time. It's Abu Dhabi. We have Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. No, not the present time.
Okay, well, that's good. And so, any other fights you're looking forward to, Have? I know it's been a while. It's just
No, just Islam's fight. Then after that, Tahir, he's fighting June 15th in Las Vegas at the Apex, and then Umar's fight, which is with Corey San Haagen, of course. I'm looking forward to that. And then after that, hopefully we'll get Usman somewhere in September. And so yeah, that's it pretty much.
Usman's recovered, so is he helping?
Yeah, he
out?
started training. Again, so he started. He's got a few months to get ready to go, but he started. Yeah.
So was he helping out Islam over in this camp?
He came to help out just last week.
Pretty big team. You get a lot of guys with you, or is more small team?
Not that big of a team, but not that small either. He's got a good five sparring partners.
That's awesome, Hav. So you go from this fight, which will be on the 1st, and World Championship, another amazing fight. And then what is it? Back to California?
Yeah, back to California for a week, then to Vegas, then back to Dubai.